Alright, so let's go into our typical lessons, full-length lessons, those lesson plans that you're kind of used to with the actual lesson plan and then student materials and all that. So if I want to find those standard 45-minute lessons, you can just go down and you can either pick 30 to 60 minutes or multi-day, and those are going to pull those. And then again, if you do want a certain subject, you pick that one first, and then you would click either 30 to 60 or multi-day. So our standard lessons all include a lesson plan for the teacher and handouts for students. The lesson plan will clearly indicate when you distribute those handouts. So the lesson plan really breaks down exactly what to do and when. Of course, you can adapt as you like, but if you're wanting it to just kind of tell you, do this, do it now, it can do that. Standard lessons will also include a video component, except for STEM lessons. So every subject matter except for STEM will include a video component, and the lesson plan and handouts are really all that is needed to complete the lesson. Everything else is just kind of extra supplemental materials that you can use to enhance the lesson. So the video students really like, and we will go through kind of those additional resources as well. So I've kind of pulled some. So we have safety and hazmat trainer, building safety mask. So as you can see, you have your buttons here, your lesson, handout, writing extension certificate, vocab cards. So this is a STEM lesson, as you can see, because there is no video. So all of them are have STEM basis in them, but these are kind of STEM focused, and they don't really have extra subject matter, such as social studies might be a STEM activity, but will also focus on the Constitution. So I'm going to actually start by looking at handouts. So here are your student handouts. Take note of the titles because that comes into play with your lesson plan. So here you have some just examples of some hazardous materials, some examples of safety masks, and then some hazardous locations, so investigating hazardous locations, and then a design page there. So those are kind of student handouts. You'll see how those come into play once I show you the lesson plan. So we will look into the lesson plan. These are PDFs, so you can download them and use however, if you want to print them or just kind of keep them on your computer and work off that, whatever works best for you. So all the lesson plans have the same breakdown. They have their adventure description here. So in this adventure, students will think like a safety and hazmat trainer and create a safety mask to be worn by personnel that work in locations with hazardous materials. This has been a super popular lesson due to recent events with COVID. So we supply the background information. The whole goal is that you, as a teacher, don't have to do any background information searching. It's all right there for you. And here highlighted are where you're going to do those handouts that I just showed you. So it says show handout, hazardous materials. So you would show that first page, whether that be handing out each student a physical copy, or a lot of teachers put it up on the whiteboard, or display it with a projector, however you want to do it. More information explained to students, blah, blah, blah. And then again, handout, now you're going to show them the safety mask and discuss the safety mask. And kind of just go through like that. So as I said, tells you when to do that and then how to go moving it forward. And they will do their activity. So at the bottom of every lesson, you have your materials list. So provided online are going to be everything we give you. So here we have all the handouts. And not provided are going to be art and building supplies. Do not get caught up on this. Teachers sometimes stress over, well, I don't have this, or I don't have that. If it's saying art and building supplies and isn't listing anything specific, like maybe if it's a experiment or something like that, there are some that are like experiment based, so you're going to have to need those specific materials. but I would say like 95% of our lessons just require like building supplies, and that can be anything that you have on hand or that students have on hand. Be creative with it and don't hyper focus on that too much. It could really be anything. And that's kind of just your lesson plan there. So then we include writing extensions, just kind of fun cross-curricular stuff to get them writing. So here they're going to write a letter. You are a safety and hazmat trainer who has created a new safety mask. And you're going to write a letter to a construction company telling them why they should wear your mask. Certificates, just kind of another fun things that students seem to like, just, pretty self-explanatory there. And then vocabulary cards. Just some vocab there. So that's pretty much how a STEM lesson is going to be set up. Like I said, it doesn't have that component of its tying into a school topic, I guess you would call it. So for example, if I go into toy design or details in writing, this is going to tell students about what toy designers do, and it's also going to focus on that subject of details in writing. So it's going to have that video. So here you have your lesson plan. Your video just looks like this. I'm not going to go into it, but it's the videos are usually 2, maybe most 3. I don't even think that long. I would say 1 to 2 minutes. And then handouts, content check are just little questions. 2 to 3 questions, maybe 4. We kind of recommend using them as exit slips. So you have those and then your teacher key down there. Another writing extension. So this one is a social media campaign where they are learning about what social media campaigns are, and then they're going to write a social media campaign to encourage others to buy their toy. So they choose their channel. Are they going to use Facebook or Instagram? They're brainstorming some ideas here, and then they're writing their posts there. So we try and vary what kind of writing activities we do, another certificate example, and then vocabulary cards. And that is how the lessons are broken down. For the younger grades, they have badges as opposed to those certificates, and the badges just look like this. So you can print them out and cut them out and give them to students to take home, and they will have that. Science lessons also have magazines, so I'll show you a look at the magazines. It's kind of a little overview here. You can read through together as a class, however you want to do it. And those are also separate. If you want to do those separately and just have the magazines, you can do that as well. So with using these, if you are working remotely, as many people are at this time, you can pick those lessons. So you could do 30 to 60 minutes because that's how you find those longer lessons, and then do remote friendly. And that is going to pull some lessons that we believe are easy to do remote friendly. And if you need any help adapting that, we are always here to help. Or if you have any other questions about these full-length lessons, just let us know and we will get back with you as soon as we can.